Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fascination. So before I do my sew for, look at all that sunlight coming in today. It's kind of funny looking how that's coming in. Is that the sunlight or is that a guardian? Anyway, it's sunlight. Before, like I said, before we get started on the sew for, because of the home situation, I'm running out of certain clothes, including undergarment. So I had taken a pair that don't fit me, and we're not cookie cutters. I don't mind Hanes unders. I really don't mind those, but they don't fit my body correctly. So what I did, and I cut these as a high-waisted, that way I can, and I used Star Wars wrapping paper. I couldn't find my other paper, so I'm that nerd. I made an underwear swimsuit bottom pattern out of Star Wars Christmas wrapping paper. This is obviously the front, and I have my channel name in the middle. Also with it labeled on what part it is. So right here I have the back. I've got big button, I cannot lie. No, the reason that mine keeps getting bigger is because the pieces of my lower spine that I'm missing, or I'd still be wearing the uniform for your freedom. God. You know what? In this current administration, maybe it's a good thing I'm not. And of course, you know, on the back, I put my channel name and labeled it back. So what I'm going to show you in front of me, I'm going to reverse the camera, you know, put that in front of me, is some beautiful fabric scraps. Now, I'm taking fabric scraps to make me unders. You know what I mean? So I will show you how I have this, and then we'll put front to back. Like I said, this is scrap fabric, so it's like this, right? So when it goes down, there's going to be some extra, but you know what? Let me just show you how this is gonna go. It's a show and go. All right, that's as good as I could get you in the shot for now, unless I scoot you way back. But anyway, this is obviously the back. Like I said, scrap fabric, don't throw it away, use it. If you need undies, but you can't get to the store and you have scrap fabric, you know, because yours may have worn out. Like I said, this is the back, and my hip, or I should say now, both of my hips are separating from my tailbone. Literal pain in the ass every day? Yes, of course it is. So, want to make sure that we have this good enough on here. Matchy on the sides. And then, of course, we will take these sewing clips. And like I said before, the reason that I recommend sewing clips, especially if you're a beginner, I love them because I don't have to worry about the anxiety of getting stuck with the sewing pin. Okay, so recommended, absolutely. So like I said, what we will do, I'm just going to put this here. I can put it here, but like that would sort of be in my way. Clip your sides together, check it. I know you can't see that I just checked that. Oh, there you go. Now you can see. Whatever. And now you can see what I'm doing, which is great. Now, if you notice what I'm doing with these, did you notice what I'm doing? Okay. So, okay, watch. Watch what I'm going to do with the sewing clip. Right? Yeah, I don't know why that zoomed. Like what? Okay, watch right here to here. Okay, I'm going to take this and open it, slide it under next to this one, slide it down, and you want to clip it there. Open it, slide it next to that one, and slide it down to here. Now what we're not going to do is sew all the way down to the very edge here, because when we come to that part, that's when we're going to take this and roll it back, that we have a very clean edge on your undies. So I'm going to clip the side together real quick, and we will go over to the machine. Okay, now that we're over here at the machine, if you notice, I scoot this back here instead of having the needle right at that edge. I do that on purpose. So that is a technique that I do, so in case it goes south, you can pick it clean real quick. So let's go. Now, my friend Janelle had a question about where's the reverse button on my machine. The reverse button on my machine is right here. So when I go to do something, all I have to do, and it goes back. There you go, now you know. Woo, let's stop jiggling you, huh? Now today, because this is not a huge garment, this video won't be as long as the others. Like I said, scrap fabrics. Don't throw them away. You will always have a use for them. Let's say you decide you like to make toys for kids out of fabric. Do not sew all the way to the end. Remember that. And why do we not? Like I said in the beginning, we roll that back, right? It would be almost like Walmart rollback prices, but you know, they aren't what they used to be. That's why I don't get my fabric with them anymore. Now that we have that side sewn, and you'll notice that the clips on this side are facing different than the clips were on this side. That's because we turn the garment. Instead of scrunching it in, you know, on this side, you can just take this here and then take your first clip, either bring it down or just put it in your clip holder, your spare clip holder. You know what though? If you don't have a spare clip holder, use a little bowl. Use whatever you got. Whatever works, works. Now, I don't take these in by too much, even though I do take them in, on the sides. So we basically go about a 1/2 inch. Reverse that stitch. And sew forward. And this is why I said this garment is not going to take too long. Now, a material like this, you can put a lining in it and use this as a swimsuit bottom. Let's say you want to make a tankini. This would be cute for that. It really would. And also, this is a way to clone your clothes. And if you notice, I did change up the stitch. I do happen to like to use some of the other stitches on this machine because it just doesn't hurt to try a new stitch and see which one might hold better. Remember, what I'm holding right here is that very end piece. Remember, again, we're not going to sew that all the way down. And sometimes if you get like the little end piece that gets stuck in there, just clip it. Clip it real good. Okay, and then also make sure that your ends here, I love these scissors. Remember, I also got these from Amazon. I got these, ooh, I gotta get these out, with my pinking shears. This is a heavy set of pinking shears, and it came with these, and that was something that I bought off of Amazon. What was it, about a year or two ago? Because, you know, everybody was stuck inside with the fake demic. So now what are we going to do? We are going to make sure that we face this a particular way, because this is your front, or your back. This is your front. Obvious reason why. And this is where you can go ahead and take these and lay it like that. Now make sure that when you're doing this part here, that now this material, it's a giving material. It really is. This is a very giving material. Was that cut crooked like the government? I'm just gonna make jokes about things, because why the heck not? We shouldn't be a bunch of Debbie Downers, you know? And again, you take clips. Now, I didn't realize this. Oh my gosh. Wow. That matches. I don't know how well you can see that. Wow. That's a good thing though. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Just try to keep it like that. Oh, maybe the odd cut was, like Bob Ross always says, happy accidents. Maybe it was a happy accident. There you go. Sometimes happy accidents are the best. So we don't have to go all the way back over to the sewing table to do this, you know, the fabric table to do this. Reach back down. That's why we have that there, in case at some point you just don't. And I think that's going to be really good. So we are going to go ahead and obviously pull this back over. Now here's the thing with this part that I'm about to do. Now you can add in an extra piece and add in that little cotton, but this is cotton. So cotton picket. Do I need a cotton crotch? Now to me, a cotton crotch should go in a lot of things. It should go in hosiery, because, you know, you need to breathe. your girl gotta breathe. That's true. So we will again take this here, and I'm going to leave that on that same stitch setting. Now I did these like that on purpose because we needed to match that. Now remember, I did indeed cut this at least a ½ inch bigger than what it should be, you know, than what your normal is. And the reason, again, that I didn't do that all the way at the end is because we will roll that back. I know you might think all this clipping and everything is silly. No, it's worth it. Trust the process on this. So if you saw that, I reverse stitch and went forward. Clip your, got to remember to clip that back. Now, what are we going to do on this next? We are going to roll this down and we are going to clip it. Okay, but first I want to show you something. If that completely, like, look at that. Look at how that matched up right there in the crotch. I'm not going to call it a gusset. It's a crotch, okay? It is what it is. But that's kind of cute. Let's say if this was a swimsuit bottom for a tankini, the design is cute. I don't care how it goes. You know, we need to all start making our own fashion. The back, the front, and it is what it is. And if this sits a certain way, that matches up. So that, again, that's cute. So, like I said, now what we're going to do is we are going to just roll this back. And we're not going to roll it back that far because I purposely wanted a high-waisted undie. But that's just me. It's my preference, and it's not by L'Oreal. So let me grab my other sewing clips. Switch this off. That might give you some better light. There we go. And you don't have to, well, you don't have to if you've been doing this for years. But for beginners, I want to show you that you leave this open. All right, so that's like an open seam. So a lot of times you can do a pressed open seam depending on what you're using. In some garments, you just have to be very cautious with your setting because this is a poly rayon cotton. Some people would call it a lyrica, but it's not a lyrica. And then just take these. And now the only reason that I'm doing this video this way today is because, you know, I have promised my friend Janelle that I would show her how to do certain things. And this is one of those things, you know. Let me undo that one, redo that side, because to me it seems like that just didn't lay level. There we go. And if you don't feel like it matched, just go back and fix that. So we're going to clip this all the way around. I keep getting thread in the way. That's funny. Pretty much like this. And like I've always been told when I was young, even to today, I've always been told that I would never amount to anything, and that anything that I did, you know, yada yada, you know, narcissist people doing crap like that. That I would never amount to anything and that I would never go anywhere with my skills. Well, but here I am. Here I am with my skills for all of you. I've always felt that those kind of people missed out on something for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, but if they miss out on something for themselves, it's not your fault. So if somebody says something to you and to put you down like that, and then you constantly, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, people have said stuff to me for so long that sometimes it's become a habit to ask a person something and they're like, no, it's not how I think of you. Like, okay, just checking just checking. I've been so used to being abused. Okay, most of my life. I've been so used to being abused that it's automatic, you know, check and make sure that I didn't do something wrong, that I didn't do something to piss somebody off. You know, it's kind of natural for me to have to do that, but I'm learning not to do that anymore. Because I'm around my friend, Rob, and he's a sweetie. He didn't feel too well yesterday, so I put things aside to take care of him. Gotta take care of your friend. And since mine's a veteran, my friend is a veteran. And, you know, like, let's do take care of our veterans, because without our veterans, there's a lot of things in this day and age. Let me put that back over there. I'm gonna put this on the machine. If you see, like, this didn't cut straight, like if you have a little bit like that in the back, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on that same stitch. We're going to put you back over here. I think the only thing that, you know, at the end of all this, that I'll do one leg hole off camera, and then I'll finish it up. But, you know, I can't show you this on me for various reasons. We all understand this, right? Like, yes, I've lost 30 pounds, but I've got a lot to go before I get down to 145 or 150 pounds because of my bone structure. So again, forward, hit that reverse button. Remember, sometimes when you go over this section, because you folded it over, go ahead and lift your foot. Help it scoot forward a little bit, just a smidge. Because sometimes, depending on your fabric, you may need to help with it. That way it also doesn't get stuck in here, because, oh my gosh, no matter what setting you put it on, and you know it'll work because you use something to test it. Let's not jinx today with that crap, right? So we're just going to quickly go around the waist. You know, my friend Joy, which you guys know, I will leave her listed. She's like, boy, you sure do so quick. A lot of people tell me that. They're like, you so quick. I try. I do try. Now, if you feel like that got stuck because something went stupid and it won't come out, just remember what I told you, sometimes it will catch sometime. And I haven't had it catch on this stitch until now, and you saw that. So let me fix this, and you know, I'll go ahead and finish around this and then do that one leg hole and then show you the other one. Oh, before I get this out of here, I want to show you something. I don't tighten the screws all the way down. So in case I have to do this, all you have to do is go like this, just move it around, and guess what? Magically, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And then you can take your little scissor and come up and just pop that up. Make sure that you have your needle out of the way. and that you have your sewing foot up. That way when you do this, you can, if you have to, you can lift it up a little bit more and it comes out, and that's how that works. So let's clip this because I want to try to keep this threaded, because sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So yeah, so let me get this unstuck. Okay, so I decided to bring you back to almost done on the waist of this. Now let me tell you a little something about having something that just has a straight line on it and you're sewing. That is another guideline for you. Again, your presser foot is very important because that will also tell you how far you're going over. If you have fabric over here, that means, and over here, that means that you wanted a wide, you wanted that to be wide on purpose, but now, if you ever notice, I guide with this hand, and I keep this hand back here to also help guide that fabric. Now, reverse stitch, bring it up, pull it out. And now, a lot of people are actually afraid to use the piece here on the machine, the piece right here on the machine. Don't be afraid to use that. That's exactly what it's for. If you don't have the scissors for doing that when you're sewing, then yeah, use it. I know a lot of seamstresses say, oh, I don't like using that. Well, I like using it because that's its purpose. So yeah, that. So now what I'm going to do, this is a very important part for you, is because the front and the back, and how we will get that to be the way we want it. You know, right here on this part. So bring it like that. Since we have enough clips in this one, again, leave that open. This is why I told you to not stitch this all the way, is because you're going to pull that back. Like I said, it's not like Walmart and there used to be good rollback prices. I haven't shopped Wally World in, I think, a year or two. I'm trying to think, what was the last thing I got from Wally World? Gosh, it's been so long I don't really remember. Oh, I used to get eggs from there. Like the 60 eggs used to be $5. And now it's ridiculous. Might as well own our own chicken. Right? So you see how that's clipped. You're going to have a clean line here. And then I will show you how, like, when we clip this section back here, you want to try, we'll do this way. You want to try to make sure that this lays semi-open. Let's clip that thread. We forgot to clip the thread. Don't dread, just clip the thread. You're good. So again, with this, you just want to take it back by, I'm going to say, the 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch, and clip that. Now when we do the leg holes, a lot of people will clip this back on the curve, and I don't. It's just my thing. I just don't. Maybe it's just because I'm used to doing said things that I don't feel I need to. So let me finish getting this clipped, get this side sewn, and then I'll get the other side clipped together, because that'll be great. And we'll be back with that. Now, I just got done sewing this leg hole. Now, I will tell you, I switched to a straight stitch for the leg hole. And now why did I do that is because, and I'll show you the other reason why I left it like that. You know, like on some vintage undies where it has that little dip right there, and then they started turning those into shorts. That's what I did. It's going to make the leg more comfortable in the leg hole. So we've got this leg hole to go. That is it. And then we'll be done with this. Now I will turn it inside out, or right side out. Why do people always say inside out? This is inside out. This is the inside of the fabric, and it's facing out, which is obvious why this is right side out. A lot of people have been saying this weirdly lately. You know what I mean? So what I did do is I started at the crotch. I did. I'm not going to shyst you on that. I did start it at the crotch. And the reason that I did that is because it made it easier, per se, to get that under there. And then get that under there. Get your underwear under there. Put that down. Now, again, I'm trying to have this as a open stitch on here. Let me zoom you on that so you can see that better. Open stitch. Now, if your fabric starts to do some weird thing, that's why I had to lift that. Okay, back stitch. Go forward. I was like thinking, like, I know I had to make me some undergarment. But at the same time, why don't I just show you, like, how to make your life more comfortable and a way to have less of an expense. And I think it's good to have less of an expense in life. And, you know, I'm pretty sure y'all know why. It's good to have less of an expense because not everybody can afford clothes these days. And I just so happen to be lucky that I got fabric at a certain time in my life. And I used to buy, I don't know if y'all remember this, when Fabric Mart used to have mystery fabric. I don't know if you remember those videos. Those are like, what is that, like 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when they used to do the mystery fabric. Now I buy the fabric bundles, which I like, because to me, that, again, that's kind of like mystery fabric. Lift the foot, push that fabric down, take this, and you can put that there, push the fabric down, and if you don't feel comfortable doing that with your nail, take your scissor and hold it. Until it starts to go. Put it like that. And keep it sewing. Keep it sewing. And, you know, I want to know in your feedback, do you enjoy watching me make clothing? Now, even any scrapped fabric from this, I think might even make some cute little stuffy because of the pattern on the fabric. And maybe that's just me. Make some sort of some really cool, kitschy looking stuffy with some sort of pizzazz, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, we have a thread here, and this thread I hold back because when I come here, and again, we're going to push the fabric open. I don't know why that one wanted to close. Take that, back stitch, take this up, pull that out. I leave a length on mine. I do. I have this here. Okay. And of course, you know, clip the little extra bits of thread. And let me turn these right side out to show you how cute. How cute is that? That's the back. Big chabooty. That's the back. And of course, you know, this is the front. Oops. You know what? It helps if I show you that better. Right? Okay. So let's try that again. I'm not editing that out. No. Bloopers are bloopers. That's just how that is anymore. I forgot, you know, to pan back out. So again, for real this time, because you'll be able to see it, this is the back. This is the front. I think they're cute. And, you know, a high waist band. It has that banding look to it, even though we all know it was a piece of fabric that just happened to have that decorative piece. So, sewing can make you thirsty. It really can. So make sure you always keep some water on hand or something to drink. So like I said, kindly in the comments below, let me know, do you like watching me sew? And if so, what's your favorite thing that I've sewn? So, off camera and just trying these out myself, I think these are going to be comfortable. And the other thing for me is because I have a bad hip, both my hips are bad, is this will help to, let me think, like those socks, the compression socks, this will act as a compression for that damaged area of my right hip. So a lot of you don't know that I have a lot of damage to my back, my tailbone, and my hip. My knee, my right leg is horrible. Whatever. Yeah, but you know what? As you always see, it doesn't keep me from living life. And if you want to know that picture over there, that painting that I did, that naturally changes color in the light. So if you saw it earlier and it was like one other color, periodically during the day, don't ask me how I got it to do that. Some sort of Bob Ross magic going there. Anyway, so what was going to be an accident turned out to be a, oh, hold on. I'm allergic to bullshit. Anyway, turned out to be a happy accident. I mean, look at that pattern that goes across there and there. And like I said, I don't think Fabric Mart has this anymore, this particular fabric. But I've kept my scraps for a reason. And like I said, you can even take scrap fabric with the pattern on it and make stuffies. This could be a tankini bottom, an underwear, a stuffy. It's just beautiful fabric, beautiful scraps. Now I have to do another video finishing up a dress that I'm making for Makeup Addict in 1992 because I was going to make something for me and it turned out to be the wrong size, too small. So I was like, I asked Alex, I'm like, Alex, do you like this? Because it looks like your size. Because, you know, some of my friends are naturally skinny mini. There's nothing wrong with that either. So anyway, you stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. And I'm going to go try this on and give it a wear test. And I will see you in the next one. Oh, and Janelle, some of the stuff that I have that I know that I won't use, no, obviously I use this. I might send off to you. Well, no, I am sending some off to my friend Janelle. Which I will leave her linked because she wants to pull out her sewing machine that her mom gave her and start knowing how to get sewing. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.